Hello everybody and welcome back to No Place Like Home, where we are trying desperately to keep on top of this inventory management right now. But what will help with that is, look, my super recyclers are all super recyclers now. They're all top quality, top of the line recyclers now. So whenever I come back, I should be able to, especially if I can put through a couple. They're really fast as well. I should be able to do a lot with them. Right, so we're going to head over to the frozen hills, and the first thing I'm going to do is to go and find the boar. My inventory's not too bad at the moment, and it's now completely unlocked as well, which is quite nice. So I'm just going to fast travel over and go and, well, in fact, we're supposed to go and see Lily. I'm going to go and see her first. And then as I'm running around, if I find boars and things, I will give them beat as I go. I sort of did manage to just make a little way through. It was just enough to go and see her. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Start on the quests. As I say, the quest line for the Frozen Peaks is only about halfway through. I've done quite a few things, but this is all... But so Jay's half is kind of done, and now this is kind of Lily's half. I also need to find Frank and go and expand my house as well. Tread softly, girl, because you tread on my flowers. Hey, sorry, I didn't see them. They are indeed nice flowers. Where are they? Are they like covered by trash or something? If only we took the same amount of energy that goes into destroying this planet and channeled it into understanding the complexity of relationships in this ecosystem, we could do fine. That sounds complicated. But it takes much more effort to understand, and people these days just find it easier to keep everything separate, I guess. But where are my manners? I'm Lily, the resident botanist. And who do I have the pleasure of meeting for the first time? Now, that's an unusual thing these days. I'm Ellen. I'm looking for Max Newland, my grandpa. Oh, Max. Now, that's a man I haven't spoken with in a very long time. I thought I saw him passing by a while ago, but wasn't sure. And he didn't stop for a chat, so I'm sorry, Ellen. Do you know my grandpa? Everyone here knows your grandpa. He was a brilliant scientist back in the day. He came up with the most of the systems related to life preservation on Mars. He was quite a rock star back in the day. We used to work together for a while. So, do you know he has a brother? Oh, well, I guess they both rather say they had a brother. They had a falling out many years ago, but that's all I know, Ellen. Do you have any idea where he could have gone? Not really. If I had to guess, maybe the Sunken City, but he couldn't have made it. Why? For starters, this place has been cut off from the mainland, and the sea is filled with dangerous garbage and robots that can sink almost any boat. And that'd be enough to stop most people from going there, but I think there might be some way to get through there. Sorry, to get there through the desert. But the way there, let me guess, it's blocked. Yes, by giant frozen toxins. The same ones you can see on the ice wall across the railway road. Is there anything we can do about it? I think so. We could even hit two birds with one stone, so to say. Just don't tell Jay I ever said that. Okay, so I found Lily. How can I help? You see this factory around us? It's broken down and abandoned, but it's responsible for polluting everything around here. All these wonderful plants and mushrooms, gone. Even more worrying is the condition of the sheep I've seen around here. They were poisoned by these factory toxins. Unfortunately, I can't help them out until I have the right ingredients. What needs to be done then? I've been trying to come up with a solution for a while now. I think I found it, but it's somewhat crazy. Tell me. The railroad, it doesn't operate anymore, but we could get it back to life for a moment to break this wall of toxic ice and get to ingredients for the antidote. All we'd need is some spare parts, some algae, and a mighty machine that's been lost to time. And that's where the plan collapses. I've heard people speaking that way before. Do you have the bulbulator in mind? Yes, the great bulbulator. You read my mind, you clever, clever girl. Too bad nobody managed to replicate it after your grandfather's original was destroyed all those years ago. Don't worry, I know someone who managed to do it. So the algae, spare parts, and the bulbulator. Exactly, Alan. If you manage to get all of these things, just go to the top of the railway, assemble all the items, and send them down the tracks to break the wall and clean the toxins. You'll be surprised how well it works. Bombastic, I would say. Now, go. We have some sheep to save. Okay, so what worked before might work again, which is why I need to ask Rudy if he still has the bulbulator. That'll be the first step towards curing the sheep. Then I must collect 5 algae located in the village near the lake. They used to be on the beach. We'll see where they are now. To fix the minecart, I must collect 3 minecart parts. After that, I can fill the bulbulator with algae, place it in the minecart, and use it to crush the ice wall. So that's the big quest here. But she's got more. There's more. Hello, Ellen. What can I do for you? Okay, so... Is there something I can do? Yes, you can. I want to catalogue every crop on your farm. Bring me them all. Sure thing. We will do that at some point. Is there anything else? Do you have any flower seeds to sell for jars? So I'll need to see if there's anything more that if I can get the flower recipe. Oh, right. So she's got all the flower seeds. I've been collecting them all. And she's just got them all. Oh, well. We'll do some stuff with the flowers soon. So I think that's all of Lily's quests so far. So I'm going to have a little clean up of this area because it's horrible right now. And I think this might be where the minecart parts are anyway, possibly. Might find some around the place. So now if I'm looking at my quest list, if I just have a quick look there. We do still have quite a lot to do. But it's starting to fill in. So we've still got another 5 or so quests to do. And they may be to do with the animals, they may not. But she did mention the sheep, so I think the sheep might end up being a quest, but maybe just not quite yet. Maybe we need to knock the wall down first. But I think I'd like to clean this area up a bit before I go off on a wild goose chase around the village to find Rudy and the like. I'm gonna pop in this factory here. It'd be nice to have this whole area done, and then we'll go and play around in the desert. I did a little mini series on the desert before. Was that a minecart piece? That was railway scrap. Maybe I'll need that later. Something in there. It's pretty blocked to me. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, it seems to be asking me to do a lot of the really big quests first. Before the little quests. Now what are you? You're more railway scrap. Can't hurt to have that ahead of time, but I wonder where the minecart pieces are. Oh well, if I have to clean the whole area to find them, that's fine, because I am going to clean it anyway. But there might be a few things around the village, because it really does seem to be sending me back there right now. As I say, I'll clean this bit. I keep walking in all that toxic stuff. I'm sure that's not good for Ellen's feet. She's like, the soles of my shoes have just burned away. Oh, omelette with jam. I've never had an omelette with jam in my life. It's probably quite nice, but it's just one of these things I never think to have. I never think to make an omelette sweet. I'd make a pancake sweet or a crepe or something. Great. But not an omelette. I wouldn't think to do that. But eggs usually go with sweet things quite nicely, so... Another railway scrap. I'm sure I'm going to need these at some point, so... The sheep are just saying, like, I need a place to live. So it might just be that they've decided rather than to give me quests all the time for the animals, that they're just going to be like, well, just pick them up as part of the general quest line. But if by the time I finish the area it hasn't told me specifically to go and help the sheep or help the cows or whatever, then I will just come and pick them up at the end. I'll make them a nice house and pick them up. I worry I'm going to scupper the quest line in some way if I do things ahead of time too much like that. Like, say, if I send all the sheep to my farm, and then I suddenly have to do a quest to save the sheep or something. So, yeah, I'm just going to be patient and leave it for now. Go through Lily's quest line. Get all of that done, and then just see where I'm at the end. And do lots of cleaning on the way. These things do not want to vacuum up, do they? They really, really don't. Like, for example, it didn't tell me specifically as a quest to go and get the boar. But that seems to be something that's part of my achievement list now. So that's why I say I think maybe some of the animal collection stuff is gone out of the quest log and into like more of an achievement state. And obviously, I'm going to try my best to do as many achievements as I can. So that does mean that I'll need to visit the deer and go and pick a few more seeds up off them. Wow, if you want glass, here is the base of a bee, isn't it? Wow, look at all that. There used to be a little quest around here to pick up mushrooms, but I haven't seen that one. Whether that's still part of it or not, I'm not sure. There is another feather, so I think that means I'm now down to 4 to find. Wait, I'll be short by 1 or something, and it'll be on my farm. A lantern on a tree. Oh, that'd be pretty. This is why I want to pick up a lot of the recipes before I start doing the decorating. I want to have a bit more sort of choice on what recipes I've got before I start on that. Which is why I figure probably around the point where I finish the Frozen Hills, we'll have a decorating episode. And then probably after I do the other 2 episodes, I might do some more decorating as well. Maybe a little sort of post finishing the quest lines episode or something like that, if I have some time. Obviously, we've got Sandrock coming up, and I want to do as many episodes as that as possible once it comes up. So I'm hoping that by then I might be close to finishing No Place Like Home anyway. And then I'll see where I'm at with Immortal Life. Alright, there's the giant ice wall. I'm guessing now with it. I'm trying to go in kind of slightly more straight lines with things. I don't know if it's working, but I know it can make everyone very dizzy this game. Although I fairly expect that I probably lost all the motion sick people by now. They're just like, no, I'll wait for a different game. I'll wait for a 2D game. I think that is the really big advantage to 2D and platformers and all that sort of thing, is that if you are a motion sick person, they can't really make you motion sick. Well, unless you're really badly motion sick. Wouldn't that be horrible to not even be able to play a 2D game because you're so motion sick? I would feel very sorry for people like that. I imagine they would find other hobbies. Like reading books or something. Just not in a car. But apparently that's a horrible motion sickness trigger, isn't it? Like reading a book in a car. But I can do that with no issues at all. And yet I never get a chance to because I'm always the one driving. No opportunity for me to read a book in a car anymore. Obviously when I was younger and I couldn't drive and my parents were driving me everywhere, that was the thing, my mother. Right, I think while we were having that little chat, everything has been cleaned. Wonderful. Wonderful and lovely. We're not even that many. It always surprises me. It always feels like it takes longer than, like, when you look at the clock and you're like, it's only 15 minutes in and I spent 5 minutes doing my inventory at the beginning, so it could have only taken me like 10 minutes to clean that whole area. So I'm going to go out and clean a little bit out here. What's that in the background? Something with like, it almost look like wind turbines or something. It's weird. I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, just clean around here as well. So basically, because now I'm doing Lily's quests, I feel like I'll clean all the way up to Lily. Because that somehow just feels more right. I wonder if there's still a way to build a snowman in this. And if there is, we shall build one very soon. That was quite cool, building the snowman last time. No, so I don't know whether I need to find a recipe for it or something first. If we do, I shall find it. I will find it for you guys so we can have a snowman in our totally snow-free yard. Yeah. We'll put him in the freezer at night to keep him cool. Like in the snowman. Which I, of course, assume everybody has seen, even though it's probably a really British thing. I don't know. In like America and stuff, do you... I believe it was a book by Raymond Briggs originally and was adapted by, I think, it was always on Channel 4. I don't know whether they did the adaptation of it or whether they just bought the rights to it. And then, oh, I've forgotten his name now. Something Jones. Did the song for it. So, and he was a Welsh boy. So I think it is a very British thing, to be honest. But, you know, it does sound like a British whimsical sort of thing, doesn't it? Like, a little boy finds a snowman in a freezer and he decides to keep him as a slave. No. He decides to make friends with him and then he gets very upset when he melts and all that sort of thing. And then eventually there was a snow dog, but that's a whole other tale. That's literally the sequel, the Snowman and the Snow Dog. I haven't seen that. That was much more recent, whereas like the original Snowman was very... very old. It's been around a long time. Like, the little boy that did the song is now, like, in his 40s or something. I'll get corrected on all of this stuff that I'm kind of semi-pulling from my brain, you know, my little brains are like... Ugh. You'll be like, there's this guy, and he was born in this date, and he's actually in his 50s, and... la 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 la. And I'll be like, that's great. But I was trying to remember it without the help of Wikipedia. Okay, so I think we are all clean down there. There's something down here, though. There's a little box in here, so let's get that sorted. And then I've just got to, like, go up and clean that cow area and the area just before the radio tower. And get the llamas and everything in there. It might be that I was supposed to clean all of that and there just weren't that many quests around there. That didn't... Oh, there's 4. There's 4 lights. That means there's 4 buttons, probably. I want to make the cars. I want to do the cars up in this. And go for a spin. Oh yeah, I remember. You got to go all the way up the mountain. Right, so that one will be another one. I might need to go round this way, actually. Get closer. Come on. Got it. Lovely. Let's refill my water tank. Seeing as my well went missing somewhere. I have no idea where that's gone. I put it probably left it in the Lonely Hills. When I was cleaning that area out, I needed a lot of water around there. So I'll probably just build a new one, honestly. Maybe someone else will find it useful later. You never know. Right, so we've got 2 out of the 4 buttons that are done. Oh, come here, you. This is troll trash. It likes to troll me. It likes to make my life difficult. Hello. Animal helped. I will go back to the boar den after I get all 5 of them, and we'll go and name them all as well. I think that's button number 4. Clean all of that up. I don't... Is there a button to get in there then? No clue. So at the moment I'm looking out for olive seeds, and then I will eventually need some cheese makers and things like that just to get the last few upgrades off Rudy. Once I've done that, I'll probably run around and just make sure I've got all the upgrades off everybody. Make sure the farm is like fully upgraded. Oh, what a sneaky place to have a feather. Wow. To remember that one, folks. I suppose it was obvious that you needed to go in there. The fact it had a button and a cage around it and everything did make it fairly prominent in a way. And that's all of those done. So I can get in here and get these suitcases. Garlic bread recipe, wheelbarrow recipe. Perfect. All done. Okay. So what am I thinking of doing now? Let's have a look at the quest log. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be going back to the village, aren't I? So do I go back to the village or do I do a bit more cleaning is the question. I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning up here. Just a small amount. And then I will go back to the village. Maybe back to my farm and do a bit of processing of all the trash that I'm picking up, because I am picking up a lot of it right now. And I remember this river having a bit of a special thing going on. You used to be able to sort of get across here if you got the right button. But I'll see about that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I think I've got a lot more cleaning around this area to do first. So, like I say, I'll do a little bit and then I'll run back to the village because we need to go and talk to Rudy. We need to go find some algae and it'd be good to do that while it's still light. So let's go to the map actually. Global map, and I'm just going to go straight to the village, which is that one. So I may as well. So Rudy's house is this one over here, I think. It's in my peach grove. Hello. Tell me, Rudy, do you still have that bulbulator? I sure do. Are there still some problems with the pollution in the valley? There are frozen toxins in the mountains that split from the factory. We need to get rid of them. Do you think your bulbulator will do the trick again? I sure hope so. I'd be happy if I could help with those as well. Here, take it. Let me know how it went. Okay. So that's that part of the quest done. It's a bit less handholdy than it used to be. Okay, so I've got my minecart. So those railway parts clearly were the minecart parts. I've got 4 out of 3 of those. Collect 5 algae. So they said the algae was on the lake. But I'm going to go look on the beach because that's where they used to be. And if they're not there, then that means they did move them to the lake. But I don't know whether that's just a bit of a change in description or whether they have actually moved them. So let me just for science that for you guys so you don't get lost when it does come time. You to do this quest. So let's have a look. So the algae used to be over here on this section of beach. But that doesn't look like it's there anymore unless it's actually in the water itself. So I would say they've moved that into the village lake. But oh well. Now we know. Would have saved us time if I had been right. How did I miss that? Look what I got, guys! It's another rabbit hat. Hop, you're gonna get your rabbit hat back. Finally. It was fate. Just try and like steer with one hand while I'm taking a drink. Okay, so let's see if I can find this algae down here then. Everywhere I go, there's these little tiny residual bits of trash. Oh yeah, I was a bit sort of concerned about it because I was like, well, it didn't used to be here, but it is now apparently. So 1, 2, 3. There's one around there. And we can fast travel back up and go and sort that minecart out. Really, it's always these little grey bits of trash that sort of obviously I didn't get to see before. Now I needed to get 5 of them, I think. Let me just check I got enough before I leave, and I haven't got enough. 5 of 5 algae, 4 of 3 minecart parts. So yeah, I don't need to go and pick every single one up. I just need enough. Just enough for what I need to do. Frozen Peaks Winter Railway, that sounds like where I need to be. I think I already cleaned out the railway part. So this is all nice and clean. It's just, oh, I say that. I got so far with it, clearly. I got so far with it, and then no, after that. So I'll need to clean it out before I can do those buttons. Otherwise, there's no way I'm going to be able to run and clean and do everything I need to do to get where I need to be. With trash all over the place. Oh, it's a Healy robot as well. How annoying. They still seem pretty, like, vulnerable to water, to be fair. So this is where the railway is. But there's also a little puzzle. I think there's probably a nice reward or recipe or something behind it. So we're going to do that first. Then we'll get the bulbulator all ready. And we'll crack open that ice wall. Hello! That's where you've been hiding. We'll make you a house. I think I needed beets to open up your house, so that's why we haven't gotten there yet. But everyone remind me that the raccoon is next to the railway station, so we are making the minecart. That can just make itself while I'm busy doing all the cleanup and opening that door over there. Fine by me. Okay, so there's a button inside there. And I need to open the gate to do it. So let's just, I think it's this one. Yeah, right, so. That one. That one. I never know if I've clicked on them properly. So sometimes it takes a couple of tries. That one. Hopefully that was enough. Yay! In we go. So there is a cow guarding a suitcase. Hopefully the suitcase has some nice things in it. Oh no, I am stuck. Come on, Ellen, you can get out of there. You know you can. I don't want to have to use unstuck. Unstuck's really annoying. Takes me all the way home. Right, so I had to go home because I got completely stuck behind a tree there. But at least the game has a way of me doing that. So I don't want the frozen woods. I want the winter railway. So I'll just run back up there again. Oh, I suppose in the meantime, the minecart's building itself. So at least we get that. But yeah, I'll have to run up here again once the raccoon house is done. And that will be my final pet. And a normal omelette. Okay, well, I'll come back here if I ever want to. If I ever want to get the cow that's up here. Hopefully, while I was doing all of that, the minecart got itself ready. Did it? No, it's only literally halfway through. What? So I guess while I wait for that to do its stuff, we'll go and do some cleaning, and I'll go and find any boar that I need to find as well. I'll go clean up the cows area a little bit. I did go in there. Yeah, I did. I'm sure I did. I'll give it another 5 minutes or something. Let's do 5 minutes worth of cleaning. It's just because I'm not going to pick up the cows quite yet. It doesn't mean that I don't need to... I can't clean up around them. Now, if I remember rightly, and I hope I did, there's a house up here. And if you go in that house, there's a button. Assuming again that they haven't changed it. So the houses around here are, or remember in the Frozen Peaks, the houses are pretty much all enterable properties. Whereas in the Lonely Hills, they're not. It's like they had a bit of a change in design between the two areas. Done. battery there. Wonder what that leads to. Hop in here. I think there was some kind of button possibly there, or they may have changed it just to that piece of wire. I'll have to see. I never know what's coming out of the suitcases. Sometimes I'm able to read down the bottom left what comes out of them, but sometimes it's a bit, it gets a bit cluttered with all the things I'm picking up from the ground as well. Okay, so lots and lots of chests around here. See, those two didn't even say what they were. Some chairs for my house. I didn't see any kind of other buttons or anything like that up there. So hopefully it has done what it should have done, which it has. And put a platform across here. It's very, very fast. My goodness me. Wow, it's like super propulsion. And I get a Zen pond and pancakes. So when it comes back across, I will jump back on. I was very pleased with myself. I'm not going to pretend that I worked that one out on this run. I worked it out on a previous run. But when I did work it out, I was extremely pleased with myself. Okay, so we probably have had at least nearly enough time. Hopefully. For this railway cart to have created itself. I've got a good amount of this area cleaned as well, which is nice. That's a particularly junk heavy area, this one. I don't find the desert nearly as bad, and I have a feeling the sunken city is not going to be too bad for trash either. So once this is all cleaned up, it's going to be probably a lot lighter, which is why I'm not too worried about, you know, the recycling. I'll get that done as I go. Okay, I think it's nice that I've cleaned up to that fence line. We'll go in that house next time maybe and clean up the other half of it, all the way up to the gate. And then maybe later on we'll go in and clean up that final area. So part of me wants to go up to the gate. Do you know what I need to do? Throw some water at that guy. These little tiny minions. That was just annoying. And the thing is, there's not even good stuff behind him. It's like going to be just rubbish in there, no doubt. Japanese lantern. Okay, that's maybe not so bad. That's maybe okay. Alright, well, I kind of feel like I need to... I'm going to let them... Yeah, I'm going to go get the minecart done, I think. I think let's get that underway, and then next time we'll continue working around the cows. I'll go and find a few more of the boar. I need another 4 of them. We'll see what seeds they come up with. I'm going to be interested to see what seeds they produce. Then I will continue on with Lily's quests beyond the ice wall, I think. Feels a bit Game of Thrones-ish, doesn't it? No one ever talks about that anymore. It's are we done? Oh, okay. So I need to add the mushrooms to it, which I've done. Lovely. And then oh, then we've got a button. Lovely. Can I need to get up here. There we are. Okay. Off it goes. So the ice wall should be done by now. So I'm going to leave you there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, then please do leave me a like below if you'd like to see more. Please subscribe. I'll let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.